Everyone, this is your boy Feltard here and welcome back to another video of mine, and today I'm going to be checking out some of the players which are unfortunately leaving Manchester City this summer. It's going to be a bit of a remembrance / memorial video and celebrating some of the best players to have ever played for City, such as Jesus Navas. In all honesty though, we are going to be looking at some of the players which will be leaving Manchester City this summer, and we're going to start off with the goalkeeper, the man, the myth, the legend, the gentleman, Willy. Made 48 appearances for City, winning one trophy, which was of course the League Cup last season. And his big bald head at City has made so many contributions, some terrible at times, and others absolutely fantastic, especially that penalty shootout, where he's just sort of morphed into some sort of goalkeeping god. I don't really know how he did it, but he was absolutely superb in that game. And this year, to be honest with you, he filled in very nicely, with Bravo being absolutely terrible. In fact, probably being, I think, the goalkeeping equivalent of a sieve, and also perhaps the world's #1 dodgeball player. He doesn't like getting hit by the ball. On top of that, we're also going to be leaving the man at the back here, Sagna. He plays at the back. They tried to kill him in the Paris attack. He said fuck off, and he made a bomb. And he dropped the fucker on Jihadi John. That is, of course, Sagna. 86 appearances for City, also winning the League Cup. He's been here for 3 seasons now. Has been pretty much ravaged by injuries this year, but he is getting on a bit, unfortunately. And that's exactly what happens in Premier League football. When you get a bit old, unfortunately, you just don't really have that sentimental value, especially at City. So Bakary, thank you very much for your service. He was probably one of the best right backs in the league last year. Unfortunately, this year it hasn't worked out for him. And of course, Pablo Zabaleta won pretty much all there has been to win at Manchester City, except for of course the Champions League. But of course, Zaba has been an absolute legend at City. 333 appearances, been here now 9 years, and we're going to be losing him, which is probably one of the most tearful moments I've ever had in my life. Honestly, it was like losing a part of my family. But Zaba will be featuring in this side. Of course, after that we also have the man, the myth, the legend, Clichy, who's been at City for a very, very long time as well. He joined the year which City won the league for the first time. He made himself 203 appearances, but his best contribution to the club was keeping Alexander Kolarov out of the team for a number of years, and that exactly is the reason why I love Clichy. It's the only reason, pretty much. He seems like a really nice guy in real life, and allegedly he's going back to France to join PSG, so I wish him all the best in his future endeavours. I mean, he does a very decent job at City at times, but unfortunately this last season hasn't perhaps been up to his best, and again, he's getting on a little bit. And then finally, the greatest player of all time, Jesus Navas. Some say this Jesus is better. Others say that's bollocks. I like to think that this Jesus is the greatest player to have ever graced the Premier League. Jesus Navas, 183 appearances. I know, I can't believe it either. How he managed to play 183 games for City. He hasn't scored a Premier League goal in 3 years. He's one of those players which completely mystifies belief as to how he has played 183 games for City. At times he's shown that he hasn't been able to cross his legs, let alone cross a ball into the box. And Jesus Navas will be leaving City after joining 4 years ago, under Manuel Pellegrini, and he cost us around 15 million quid. Incredibly fast. Unfortunately, his legs just don't really seem to coordinate with the rest of his body. I don't really understand how, but unfortunately Jesus Navas will be leaving Manchester City. He seems like he actually rejected a contract. I know, I can't believe it either, but apparently he was offered one. So, today we're going to be playing with this Manchester City team in remembrance for all the players. It's not that they've died, it feels like Pablo has though, and the rest of the boys in this side. We could also be losing Iheanacho perhaps. I don't think any of the rest of the boys in this side will be leaving. So in our final game with these boys, we're playing against the lad who has a Manchester United badge. It could not get any better than that, and this is the side we're going to be facing against. It's an all Premier League side full of all the wrong-uns and shitters in the Premier League, like Henderson, Cabai, Ryan Shawcross, and oh, he's got Van Dijk. Okay, I'll allow that, but the rest of this team is interesting. Hopefully Jesus Navas will be scoring goals for fun. Nice. Here's the legend. Imagine the word legend gets thrown around far too often these days. But Jesus Navas not only is the son of God, but also perhaps the best crosser of the ball in Europe. Sterling. Iheanacho! 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 He only scores from 6 yards out. That's pretty much Iheanacho zone central. Near post, little flick on that left peg of his from 6 yards out. That is Iheanacho summed up in one goal. I don't really know how he's managed to score that. I'm sure I won the ball back at some point in there. But it wouldn't be a game where we're playing with City if we didn't concede in at least one of the games we played. I mean, come on. This is meant to be a City video. We don't keep clean sheets. And here's Willy again. Great save from Willy. Well in. You put your Willy in. And your Willy out of the goal. Because that was some interesting goalkeeping. He's just kicked out at Sagna. You don't want to see that in the modern game. My defending once again coming to the fore there as being desperately interested. Jesus, have a word with your dad, son. We need a goal. Right, let's get this ball in the box here. Nice ball. Must be a goal. And it is. I told you. I just asked the big man for a goal. And he's delivered. Thank you very much. You can have him back soon. I promise we won't kill this Jesus this time. We won't nail him to a cross. That's a hell of a finish because this one does know how to nail his header onto a cross anyway. The jokes are flowing today. That's a chance. Fernandinho! Look at that from Zaba. World class. Look at that again. Give it Zab! Go on the Zab, man! Finish! Oh, Butland! You're no fun, mate. Oh, go on. Just take Virgil on. Just take him on. There's lots of religious references today, but there's Iheanacho. And there is a goal for the boys. Lovely, lovely finish there. That is exactly what I want to see from Clichy Iheanacho. A little bit of pace on the counter-attack. Pure filth. It's the sort of thing you expect from filthy Sigurdsson. Not Clichy Iheanacho, but that's a lovely goal. And it was around the 6-yard box as to why he scored. This game's not complete until a certain man scores. It's not Gabriel Jesus, and it's not this man here. Where is your oh, okay. We've got the opportunity to score with Jesus Navas. That has to be a red card for Ryan Shawcross, his 700th of his career. Get him over, referee. Go on, have a word. Get him in that big book of yours. Yes.
12 seconds later.
What? That's outside the box? No.
Like who, what, where? Nah, what, who, where? Like where? How do we get right there? Like, no.
Right, this is your moment, Jesus Navas. This is your moment. It was our moment, not your moment, though. That's it. The game is over. What a fantastic testimonial for all the players and all the fans of Manchester City Football Club. They wouldn't have wanted to go any better than this. They wouldn't have got a testimonial, but I'm giving them one on FIFA 17. It's almost as good as it. Jesus Navas getting a 7.1 rating. The legend of Zabaleta getting a 9.1. What a sizzling hot game for these Manchester City legends. Thank you very much for your service to the football club, Willy Caballero, Bakary Sagna, Pablo Zabaleta, Gael Clichy, and also Jesus Navas. You will be sorely missed. What's that with signing Bernardo Silva and Benjamin Mendy? Oh, fuck these guys.